You straight up cuckooed that dude, bro. Oh my God.
You've got all your Charger gear on because
Feeling fresh as hell.
Well, you guys better enjoy it. The fans loved it.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin Herbert.
On the move and throws and touchdown.
Do this together. Players, coaches, staff, fans, together we can create something truly special.
Stay tuned for some good content.
Greetings, all you wonderful Charger Chat listeners. Welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wool Dog, sitting with my buddies, Kev, Hug, and Duggan.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Doing good. And let's not forget Kyle, the coach, Duggan.
Hey, guys, we didn't address the fact that Kevin didn't before the episode when we start recording. Something bad's gonna happen.
Oh dear,
the juju's not right now.
I'm kind of feeling it now. Now that we talked about it, I'm kind of feeling it
you got
here.
some flip?
Yeah,
Let
you kind of
everyone in on what you normally do before we start recording.
You clear your throat. You get ready. You got to put your best throat forward, and I didn't do that. So, oh no, that's all I'm thinking about. You suck. You suck.
Well, that's fine. I'll do some magical editing. There you go.
Got it.
All right, gang. Well, hey, guess what? We get to talk about a schedule finally. And we've got some other great things to talk about. But first and foremost, big news, folks. This is something that we've been, shoot off the fireworks, get the sirens going. We got one. We are now the official podcast for the Diehard Bolt Club.
Boom, 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 boom,
Let's
boom, boom.
go.
Oh,
This
dude,
is
I'm
awesome.
so excited.
So cool. It's just so cool because the reason we started this podcast aligns perfectly with what the Diehard Bolt Club is.
Yeah.
Dude, growth,
we're just
making new friends,
trying to,
all of that.
Yeah, bring people together and in the unity that is being a Charger fan.
Big time. So we are going to bring you more interviews from Diehard Bolt Club members and help highlight some awesome stuff that that the Diehard Bolt Club is up to. So keep an eye out. But yes, Diehard Bolt Club official podcast, Charger Chat.
So excited.
Oh my gosh, an honor.
All right. Quick shout out to one of our former fan focusers, Terrell Cooper. It's your
Terrell,
birthday.
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday for all
From
of
all
us
of us
to
to
you.
you. We
You
wish it
are-
was our birthday so we could party too. Hey! You were doing a
not
different
good, guys.
version. I haven't
I was
heard
going to
of.
try to come up with something like specifically Charger Chat, but that's fine.
Oh, no. Kevin went full Chevys.
I went full generic. Full
Full
generic.
sombrero on the head, Chevys.
I was going to whip out my
Happy
improvness, but I couldn't.
I blew it. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't blow it.
I totally cock blocked you on the improv. I'm
Charger
sorry.
Chat birthday so we can Charger too. Hey.
Oh, it's better. It's already
No.
better.
All right. Well, let's talk about this schedule. First of all, I know you two. You saw the video and you're like, it's anime. Who gives a shit? As a
my first thought was Joey Bosa is gonna love this.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I thought too.
It was like not just Joey Bosa. I think there's a lot of players
Oh,
on our
oh,
team
yeah,
that
yeah,
do
yeah.
enjoy anime.
That was the first come to
So-
mind.
But
That
that
was
was the
just
first one that
like-
came to my mind.
I'm watching this going like, get the out of here. Like they actually animated all these things, referenced multiple animes, and referenced multiple Easter eggs throughout the entire league.
Yeah.
I know we're a little late to the party on this one, so a lot of places have already kind of pointed out a lot of the Easter eggs, but Manischewitz, they are so goddamn funny. They are so good. They are so on the nose.
They broke the internet for a while there. Like that became
thing.
it became not just a football thing. It became a trending thing.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing people like, I've never watched football before and I love
But I might
anime.
have to
I
give it a
guess
go.
I'll be a Charger fan. Like what the outreach this one video did is like so
Exploded.
impressive and so
Yeah, but
cool
the
to
amount
see.
of work that was like, and they full send. Yeah, like this is a full send. Can you imagine proposing the idea? Look, I get it. We're a football team, but we're gonna make this whole thing anime. Like, imagine the pitch, and they're like, "Oh, I guess." And it's also gonna take us like 4 months to put this thing together.
Probably. Yeah.
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 It's
That's a lot of
crazy.
manpower
It
into
is.
a schedule release.
But like Kevin said, it broke the internet. Did you guys watch any of the other like schedule releases for some of the other teams?
Pretty weak.
Oh man. Like some of them were like, holy shit, like that's it? Like that's what you did? Like I think it was the 49ers did this like really dramatic, like sepia toned like film showing different locations, and that was their way of like, it was so dramatic. It was like, eh. And then you watch like the Denver Broncos did this like weird comedy skit with Peyton Manning and Russell Wilson. It was like,
whenever they include a coach and give a coach lines, it's not going to fucking work.
No.
It is so embarrassing and cringy to watch.
It was very cringy. And Dallas Cowboys, I will say the Detroit Lions did a pretty good job, but it was long. And same thing, Carolina Panthers. Did you watch the Carolina Panthers one?
I didn't see that one.
That one is pretty awesome. That it's like a continuous shot of a guy in the 90s, and he's like got his like Discman, and it's just all these cool 90 references of like going in his home and playing video games and watching TV and getting on the internet and stuff. That was really well done, but it didn't break the internet like the Chargers did. I'll tell you that right now. And part of that has to do with some of these screenshots. I mean, let's just jump right into it.
What's your favorite one first?
I mean, the Jaguars one is just
the Urban Meyer in the
that
bar
was
too
Oh,
good.
that's a shot fired. Like, but you got to think about it this way though. The shots that were fired in this video, we need to win these games.
Oh yeah.
We need to win these games.
Yes.
Especially this one.
Yes.
The Urban Meyer one's pretty
The
bad.
Urban
it's
Meyer
good.
one is so tasty. The Cleveland Browns one, obviously, that one is
The Bosa,
just-
the Bosa Bear showdown
The
one.
Bosa
That one's
brothers.
great.
That was one of my favorite. Just like, it's not funny or anything. It's just like,
no, it's not
okay,
a game.
the idea
It's
of
just
that
gonna
is
be an
so
epic game.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Atlanta Falcons one.
The Waffle House one.
Well, the 28% off.
yeah, 3 waffles or more.
That was like, oh man.
Yeah. I like that. What was the week 14 versus the Dolphins? And it's just Herbert riding a dolphin.
Yeah, just riding a dolphin.
It's just
A very unenthused dolphin, but a dolphin nonetheless.
not thrilled.
The Colts one was pretty damn funny too. The carousel of
McAfee.
quarterbacks. Like,
Yeah, McAfee did like a full breakdown of this video after this.
Yeah.
That was really good.
and the Denver Broncos with the stadium on fire.
I don't get the Browns redacted on advice of our lawyers. What's that?
I think it has to do with the Deshaun Watson business and lawyers.
And I just saw this, the language at the bottom that I guess it's in, is it Japanese?
I'm going to say Japanese. Yeah.
Japanese. It says the Browns are boring in Japanese.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, yeah,
All right,
agreed.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the lawyerness that's happening with them and all that bullshit, it makes total sense.
So
Steer clear.
it is. Yeah. I think it's just so freaking. I've watched it. I swear to God, I've watched it like 30 times. And I'm like, the song is stuck in my head. I'm going to have to like find a way to download the song. Cause that's the one thing I actually haven't seen. We've seen that the one guy that animated the whole thing, but I don't know who did the music. I need to figure that out. So if you know who did the music, put it down in the comments, please. And thank you. But looking at the actual schedule itself for the regular season, 5 primetime games as it stands right now, potentially 6.
We called it 5.
Yeah.
I thought it would be more.
Did you? You were disappointed?
I'm disappointed about the home games. We have 3 away games, and they put us at Indianapolis. Seems like a lost opportunity there. Like not
For
a huge
primetime?
market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, at Indy.
Yeah.
And then we are at the 49ers. I get the Chiefs. Arrowhead's an awesome stadium.
Mhm.
They have a pretty cool crowd. But yeah, I don't know.
We
thought
get to be
would
the home team versus the Rams, though, which is
On New
pretty
Year's
sweet.
Day, which is
Yeah,
pretty
New
But
Year's
dude,
Day.
that's not though. Like that's a W for the Rams. One of their 8 away games is at home. That's that's pretty
I see your logic.
cush.
I
for the
see your
players.
logic. I double down and raise you. It's going to be covered in Charger logos and look bolty. Okay.
Okay. I agree. It'll be cool to have Charger stuff everywhere, but for the players getting to be at home all week and not have to travel, and that's just kind of a cush away game for them.
Yeah.
I like the bye week being kind of smack dab in the middle. That was
Yep.
pretty
I was
lucky.
talking to my brother-in-law Tyler. He's a Bears fan. Their bye week is like week 14 or something like that. I'm like, holy crap, dude.
I
That's
mean,
insane.
maybe that helps them finish strong. I don't know.
If they are alive by then.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So 5 primetime games as it stands. The Denver game at the final game of the season may or may not get flexed. Hard to say. It's still kind of up in the air, but
I think that game's going to mean something. I think we're going to get to week 18. They're going to see that and be like,
it's going to mean something to somebody.
Probably going to have to put this on something, honestly.
Yeah. Either, yeah. So good to see all the teams.
What game do you have circled that you're excited to watch?
I mean, obviously the home opener against the Raiders. That's going to be huge.
Outside of divisional games, because we play them all twice a year home and away. I want that Texans game, and I want to beat them by 4 gajillion points.
Yeah, the Texans one needs to be a bit of a retribution.
I want the Dolphins. This rivalry bullshit they put with Tua and Herbert, like for the last 2 years. I want to see
a home game.
Herbert just like not just win convincingly, but just be visually the best quarterback in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really want to see that. Yeah,
it'll be fun to see our matchup too with Tyreek. The receivers they got down there with Waddle and Tyreek against our secondary. That'll be a fun matchup.
Yeah. And that San Francisco game with Bosa against Bosa, that's just going to be, I think that's just going to be a fun game to watch.
49ers are good, man. Their defense is so good. So
they were in the
NFC
NFC Championship last year.
Yep.
Yeah. And then what was I was listening to the Chargers podcast. They were talking about that one. And it was all about like they beat the Packers. They only let them, and they scored 13 points to beat that team.
Yep,
so
very true.
So, this isn't an easy roster. You actually start to look at this and see where things are going. This isn't going to be easy, but we can do it. We can absolutely do it. Yeah. I think with the way that the Chargers have bolstered up their defense, there's every game here is an absolute shot. Even that Ram game, that Ram game is going to be tough, especially at the end of the year. Like, and not just like getting it out of the way, like the second to last game.
Yeah.
Who doggy? That'll be a tough game, but it'll be fun. All of these games are going to be rocking. I cannot wait. And if you can't wait to check out our awesome website, I would highly recommend you go to ChargerChat.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Just recommend it. I mean, I'm not forcing you. I'm just saying if you're into that kind of thing, go to ChargerChat.com. Check out some of the sweet stuff we've got. We've got t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers, and we've got a member section where you can chat it up with other Charger Chatteteers and ask questions and Ask Boltfam. So go check it out, ChargerChat.com. All right. I can't believe I didn't tease this at the beginning.
Yeah, we blew it. We absolutely blew this.
We were so schedule focused. I forgot to tease this, folks. This is so special. This is yet another Charger player, but this is his second go around, his second lap. If you will.
He enjoyed it so much he came back.
He came back for seconds, folks. The one and only Austin freaking Ekeler. Let's all give a little guitar solo to get him in.
As soon as that clock starts, your ass is mine.
When I met Justin Herbert, man, that dude is big as hell. The goal is to just keep it rolling.
Come in hype because we have a lot of things to be excited about.
All right, guys, we are back with another Bolt Insight, and we have the man himself, Austin Ekeler. What is going on, Ek?
Hey, what's good, Kevin? How you doing, man?
Good, brother. Good. I'm so excited to have you back on, and a lot's happened since we talked to you last year. A lot has happened. But before we get into all that stuff, how has your off season been so far?
Off season has been it's been good. People say off season, but for me, it's not really an off season. We don't play football anymore, but I have so many other things going on that it pretty much picks up the slack. But that's the way I like to live. I like to have like pressure from my life, that things that rely on me to be like, hey, you got to do these things, right? That's why I fit so well in the NFL. But it's been great, man. Just chipping away.
That's awesome. You've been doing so much stuff. Following you on Instagram has been so much fun. And you just started your own podcast, The Experience, which is a choice name, by the way. Very good. How's that? How's that going?
Yeah, man. So the Experience show just started. Just did the first episode, really just trying to get perspectives from other people just like this, right? But talking about mindset, talking about drive and passions. Just really, like I said, getting to the root of people. And so, had episode 1, and we're going to continue to do it every week. We'll have one episode coming out. So we'll see how it goes, especially when the season starts. It'll get a little tight, but think we'll still be able to pull it off, but I'm excited for it.
That's badass, man. And then I also wanted to ask you post all the time on Instagram, the fan-controlled football. That is literally like so much fun. So what's going on with that? And like, that's just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, man. Fan-controlled football it's if you don't know out there, it's a league where fans control who you draft as far as your team, which is every week. And then you get to keep a player every week until your team's built out. It's 7-on-7 football. And then when it comes to the games, you get to call the offensive plays, right? And then it goes, so you call it in the chat. It's live on Twitch. It's like a poll, basically. The chat's polled. You get 2 options for pass or run. You choose them. It goes down to the quarterback. They call the play in the huddle, and then they go run that play. And so I am on the Stars. That's my team, the SB Stars. And we are 3-1 right now. We're leading our division. There's 2 divisions. So keep that going. I'm bringing this knowledge of football into our team and into our community. So we play on Saturdays. If you're trying to check that out, it's at Fan Control Football. Yeah, on Twitch.
You'd need to, because I watched the last one and it was just too much fun, man. It's like real like Madden. Yeah. It's crazy.
It really is. It really is. And especially if you want to jump in my chat too, because I'm getting into it. I'm super hyped. Like I'm in there, like I care about these guys, right? I'm texting these guys before the game. I've been out there live to see them and meet them all. So it's pretty cool just to be a part of that community.
Yeah, it's so cool that you guys are doing that. And then, I want to pick your brain on, Chargers stuff. Crazy offseason. As being a fan for as long as I have, I've never seen anything quite like what Tom Telesco and Brandon Staley did this year. And especially the defense. What are your thoughts on kind of what we've done so far this offseason?
Yeah, I think we're in a unique situation where we don't have to pay Jay Herb $60 million a year yet.
That's coming.
So I think we're seeing what Tom's trying to do and take advantage of that. So it's like, hey, let's spread some of this money around. Let's get some veterans in. I think Coach Staley's had a big part in that as well. Just of the people that he's brought in, he's played with and played against too, and scouted, and really likes how they play. So when you see these older guys, right, it's a lot of older guys, people that have been around, coming in to help out and fill up some of these gaps that we felt we had, and especially the defense and the run game has been a big emphasis for us this offseason. It makes you feel good. Like I get excited thinking like there's so much potential. I feel like every year there's potential. Like last year we had a good team. Last year we could have definitely made a playoff run. We didn't play consistent enough, so that's what happens when you don't play consistent in the NFL. But now we have another opportunity to do that. So that's all you can ask for. At the very beginning of the season is, hey, we got a chance, and guess what? That's what we do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then the Staley, we call it the Staley effect. But seems to be like there's something going on. It's not just like the culture changing, but like people want to get on the bus. It seems like some of these free agents might have came because of the impact he has on this team and everything.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, it comes with a paycheck behind it too, right? Like,
sure, that helps a little bit. That helps a little bit.
But no, Coach Staley, as far as his methodology of coaching, is really about he's so smart. Like I was gonna say, dissecting like everything so like analytically. Like he's just like giving examples. Like his team meetings, I'm super like everyone's so alert in his team meetings because he's like throwing up film from us and like comparing it to other people. He's diving into the psychology of what we're doing on 4th down and how we go for all the time, and like he's showing us that he has faith in us and all this. So just like, I'm always just like, okay, like what's the show today? Like it's honestly like a little production, and he can just do it. Like that's just who he is, right? Because that's how he's been coaching and how he's built himself up. I understand why he's a head coach, just the way he carries himself and his knowledge of the game and how he actually presents that to you in a way that's actually entertaining, that you can actually relate to. As a coach, what else do you want besides someone that you can relate to and can relate to you by the way they present themselves, and that's knowledgeable about the game and has high passion for it. Like he's everything you could want in a head coach. Like that, he's the guy. And we're in beautiful, Southern California, in our practice facility. So not a bad place to play.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then, some of the players were talking about, the second year. It's kind of a big deal getting into a second year of using the same scheme more than once. So, and some of the defensive players be like, all right, I'm not just learning the terminology now. I'm like able to like get in and understand the finer details. What's that like for you on offense? And what do you think that's going to do for us this year?
Yeah, no, it's big. It's big in a lot of different ways. Allows us to build some chemistry, over a couple of years, even though a lot of the team is different. Like we have a lot of new faces coming in. So it still kind of resets in a way, but you still have a core group of guys that understand what, Joe Lombardi's trying to do. for what we're trying to do on defense with what Coach Staley's trying to do. And so that just helps you like understand what's expected. And when you have that, the relationship between head coach and player body becomes tighter, and the offensive coordinators, things like that. But then it also puts pressure on you. Like, hey, now there's one less excuse. Like before, you could have been like, okay, it was year number 1. Oh, we're feeling each other out. We didn't make the playoffs. Now there's no excuse. I would have said there's no excuse last year. We had the talent. Like we have the talent this year, but like now you got to take that one off the table. You're not your first time anymore. So puts pressure on us, which I mean, we'll take all the pressure we can get. That's why we thrive in this environment. Well, anyway, that's why I do, because I love the pressure. Like put it on me. But yeah, so it's going to show like, hey, there's no excuse, coach, like for us not to be making the playoff run this year. As far as right now on paper, it's really good. Obviously injuries and things happen during the season that can change things. But for right now, looking good.
That's awesome. And then, the draft just happened, and it was so awesome seeing you up there on, the first night and announcing the Thursday football with our boy James. That was super rad. And literally the idea, undrafted guy is now on this. It's even, you said it. It was just like, I didn't get drafted, but I'm up here now. Like the idea of that is so cool. And I think it's so powerful to like kind of check yourself and remember that like, it doesn't matter when you get drafted. It's about what you do with the opportunity. And like seeing you do that was so rad. Like we love that as fans.
Yeah. The more I start talking to people that have had some success, and the people not even that had like success that's like on an NFL stage, that just success is like measured in different ways, right? But to me, success is like, hey, do you feel like you're on the right path, pushing towards something that you care about, right? And when I talk to people like that, it's like, that's what it comes back to. It's not always like the end product, but it's the journey, right? And so my journey of just continuing to chip away and get me to a place where it's like, yeah, not a lot of people get to experience the stage up here. It's pretty special. And, I just really capture those moments. And I'll remember that for my entire life, when I was up on stage and, 2021, calling out draft picks and announcing games, right? Yeah. So special.
That's awesome. And then, the draft itself, like it was kind of interesting, the Chargers going with Isaiah Spiller and adding some other guys and, the undrafted guys to the running back room. There's a healthy group of running backs. What are you excited for, like Isaiah? Because I know there's still competition. Like Larry's back there, and we still and Kelly's still back there. So like, what is your thought on the running back room and what we could do this year?
Man, I told these guys, I told Joshua or JK, we call him Joshua Kelly. And then I told Larry, we call him Tree. I told him, I was like, look, guys, like what coach was talking about, don't relax. It's going to be competitive. I was like, guys, whoever's last on this depth chart, that was me. Because we're gonna have 6 running backs in the room. That's what we had in my rookie year, and I was number 6 on the depth chart. And so I was like, no one could be relaxing. I was like, I know all of you are coming for my job, and I understand that. It's my job to defend my job and be here and be like, okay, no, I definitely deserve, but I still need y'all to earn. But don't sleep on these guys coming in. That's the mindset of the room, right? It's super competitive, right? That's the NFL. It's the ultimate competitive sport. From an individual standpoint and then a team standpoint. So I'm hoping these guys, whoever, I don't care. Somebody needs to earn some reps though. Somebody needs to step up and earn some reps, man. Cause I think that's how it was for me coming in, where it was like, you know what, like when we put Austin in, good things happen. And I need to see more of that consistently from these guys coming in this year. So looking forward to the opportunity. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, we're excited to see it. And the other thing too, the prep for the season, you're absolutely killing it with all your stuff you're doing, all the crazy videos you're posting. What's your prep for the season like? Getting ready, because we still have a little bit before you have to like really get to the camp and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm not at OTAs. I'm still at my place, in my little off-season place. But for me, it's a ramp up, right? And that's the reason I'm not at OTAs, because I have so much going on. And really, sure, I could go like run around on the field and do their drills, but it's like, or I could just do that in my hour and a half that I can get it done, and now I can go do all the other things. I definitely miss out. Like there's pros and cons to all of it, like the camaraderie, being around the guys, like I definitely missed that, but hey, I'm going to be with these guys for the next 7 months when we start going.
Yeah, you're going to get sick of each other.
We'll have a lot of time where we get to hang out, and Justin can throw me some option routes and things like that. But for me, it really starts out in a slow progression as far as building my weight back up, as far as strength, with really like minimal field work. And now I'm in a phase where I am on the field twice a week. And so it starts to slowly ramp up until we get to OTAs, where it's 3-4 days of field work, running routes, catching balls from quarterbacks, things like that. But you just don't want to peak too early. And as a young guy, you really don't have a chance because you have to make a team, which comes from pro day and, combine training. So you got to be in peak shape then. And those guys have to hold it all the way through the end of the season, right? So for us, the guys that are already on the team, we can build up to training camp, which is about 2 months later. So that's 2 months later of our body not being in peak physical condition, which takes a lot to actually keep up.
Sure.
That I can save on myself and save on my body because the cuts start to add up over time. So that's my routine. It's a slow ramp up to being in peak shape coming into training camp.
Awesome. And then, the last thing for you, expectations are high right now as Charger fans. There's just so much excitement for what the season's going to be. What are your expectations? Right. What are your goals? What do you want to accomplish?
Yeah. For as a team, it comes down to consistency, man. Like we were just too inconsistent. We had playmakers. We had all of the pieces that we needed to make a playoff run. Like we're there, but it was just too many drop balls, right? Couldn't stop the run. Like it's just too many things that are uncharacteristic of a team that's going to make a playoff. And that's why we didn't make a playoff run because too many inconsistencies. And that's what football is. That's what this entire game is. What makes somebody good? It might not be that they're the best playmaker. Like if you watch my highlights, sure, I have some plays in there, but it's because I do the fundamentals the right way, right? I'm efficient, right? I'm not losing yardage. I rarely have negative plays because I'm hitting the holes right. I'm getting in the right spot. I'm not dragging people and running through people like Jonathan Taylor, who's incredible, right? Mm-hmm. Just running through people like Derrick Henry, but I'm efficient. I get the ball, I'm hitting the right spot. It comes down to efficiency. So consistency, that's what I want to see all around get better. And what does that take? It comes down to what I just said, fundamentals. It's not even anything crazy. It's no secret. That's what it comes down to. Blocking, tackling, breaking blocks, breaking tackles. Like that's what it comes down to. And so for myself, I'm always wanting to build on what I did last year. So last year, pretty good run. But I feel like I still could build. Like I still had inconsistencies. Obviously, 20 touchdowns. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I was saying so. I was about to say that. That's pretty solid.
Pretty good one, but it just comes down to me. Let's say, all right, like for me, I never set out to know if I was going to be in the NFL or not. I didn't really know. I just kind of fell into it, and I continued to push towards it once I had the opportunity. The door opened, and so I don't really know how far I can go. Do I feel I can get a Pro Bowl? I don't know. For me, I'm just focused on building on what I did the year before, which is getting around my teammates, being more consistent, making more plays. So that's what I got for this year.
Awesome, man. Well, we're so excited for it. And we can't tell you how much we appreciate your time coming on. I know you're a busy guy. So thank you so much, Austin.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, man.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we'll check back in next year. We'll see where we're at.
We'll run it back, baby.
Let's run it back. All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
Awesome. Sounds good. Have a good one, man.
You too.
Let's run it back, baby.
Ekeler, he's the man. He's the fastest. He
in the land.
There you go. That's all. I was looking for some help.
Oh, man. Austin.
That'd be great if next year when he comes back on, he's a Super Bowl champion.
He could just hold up his ring.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Please. Show it off, baby. I'm still flabbergasted that he's not. He hasn't been in the Pro Bowl. Like
he should. He scored 20 touchdowns last year.
He scored 20.
He should have been in the Pro Bowl.
I know. It's unreal.
Still dealing with the undrafted, like no hype around Austin Ekeler. I don't get, but there is all of fantasy football, which is the majority of football watchers now play fantasy football.
Yes.
Eck is a top 5 running back. Like easily. No doubt. He scores so much. He can catch the ball so well. So I don't understand why he's not getting that. Yeah, the Pro Bowl nut, I don't understand.
It's coming this year. It's going to happen. I really feel it.
Yeah. And I love, the pushing the other guys on the competition to be the number 2. Like, obviously, yes, like we desperately need that, but instilling it in the guy, whoever is number 6 on the chart, like, hey, man, that was me. And he's almost living a Cinderella story right now. If we can get him that ring, it'll be done.
That's the crazy part. It's like you can't be comfortable if you're the number 3 guy on the depth chart.
No, nor should you be.
That number 6 guy that they brought in 5-6 years ago now is the franchise running back. So It's like that 6th guy that we have on the depth chart right now might take your spot. That's what's kind of crazy about the NFL, right? It's like maybe I guess football in general, all the way down to the high school level. Like these are my teammates. I want I want the best for them, but I want to play.
Mhm.
You know, like I'm gonna come take your spot. And there's that but that competitive edge is so good to keep people sharp and on point. You know, that's
Right.
why you bring in 6 running backs so that no one can be comfortable. You might keep 2 undrafted guys if they just play better than everybody else.
Absolutely.
So that'll be a fun position to watch in camp for sure.
Big time. Austin, again, dude, I can't thank you enough. You coming on this show means the world to us. You
don't get a whole lot out of it. So thank you for
No, I know, right?
We're not paying Austin Ekeler, believe it or
you're
not.
right. You're right. And you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just you know, 3 dopey guys that just kind of wanted to talk about Chargers all of a sudden get Austin freaking Ekeler on the show, not once, but twice.
Yeah.
That's
And
pretty
he
damn
said-
special.
And he just
He's
like
like-
talks to Kevin like
he just said my name
What's up,
like
Kevin?
What's up, Kevin?
Yeah.
Like,
What's up,
oh,
Kevin?
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Did you
happened?
almost freeze?
I panic so hard. I don't look like I'm panicking in there. Like I have to have questions on like little Post-it notes, like ready to
Sure.
go in case
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, what? Oh yeah, okay, I got something. So yeah, he's the
That's
man.
fun.
He's the
He
best.
is
That's
the
really
man.
cool.
We'll definitely check back in with him and run it back. But now it is time to go on to the next segment. It is Fan Focus.
This is
What
a good
fan-
one.
Ooh.
This is a good
okay.
one. We mentioned this
All
a
right.
few weeks ago. There was somebody that was at the draft and did something
Made a real sassy comment. That was
real sassy comment.
but kind of a little Easter egg too, as well, in line with the schedule release.
Yeah, because I have friends that are Chiefs fans. I
had
said
no
family,
idea.
trust, respect. They had no idea.
Yeah.
So this is so good.
Let's do it. Let's go.
All right, guys, we were back with another Fan Focus, and we were super pumped to have Christine from Las Vegas. What is going on, Christine?
Hello, people.
All right. Well, we kind of teased this on a few episodes ago that we may or may not have this person on. She did something very unique at the NFL draft. Before we get there, we want to find out, Christine, how did you become a Charger fan?
Well, my dad, he's a Rams fan. Boo. Anyway, he's a Rams fan. He always goes to games and stuff. And when I was little, I was about 9, and he actually really liked San Diego, so he would go down there. And I asked him to bring me back something. He brought me back a Junior Seau pennant, and I was like, I'm going to make this my team. Awesome. So just to be different. And then I didn't really get into, oops, sorry, my earbud fell out. I didn't really get into watching Chargers football until like 2012, when I had a job where everybody was like sports fans. And I was like, okay, well, I was at work and started watching games. But my high school, we were the Chargers as well. So, I thought that was pretty neat. But our logo was a Broncos logo. Before I knew anything about rivalries, I'm like, ew, gross now when I go back and think about it.
Yeah, that was a cool logo back in the day where it was like those Chargers were like giant freaking horses that like don't exist anymore. Like that's pretty metal. I kind of dig that.
Yeah, so I just been doing that, and I had the Junior Seau pennant, and I'd always like look if I'm scrolling through TV and I see Charger scores, I'm like, yay, the Chargers won. So I completely missed all their like really good years, but 2012 is where I started, and every year just the fandom has gotten bigger.
Let's back up a little bit now. Draft. You were fortunate enough to go announce one of our picks, and what did you say when you announced our pick?
Okay, so when I found out I was going to announce it, I was just, just thinking about what I was going to say. And on night 2, I don't remember his name, but this he's in another Diehard Bolt Club group, I'm pretty sure, or it was Bolt Pride. But either way, on the back of his shirt, he had family, trust, respect, and I was like, okay, I got to incorporate that in the thing, because it's family friendly. Sure. I'm not going to say a bad word, and only us Chargers fans know what it is. So I was so nervous, but it's so funny that I am way more nervous for this podcast than I am going.
No way. It's impossible. You were like nerves. You were so cool, calm, and collected when you said it. I was like, it takes serious balls to do that. And very impressive.
Thank you. It was just, I walked out on stage, and all I saw, because it was really bright outside. And really all I focused on was our little bitty Charger section. And so I just kind of just stared out and did my thing and went for it. It was great. It was really awesome.
It'll go down in history because that was epic. We had a lot of fun with that, and it was a later round too. So it was kind of like, yay! It's not like round the first night. So when you did that, I was like, okay, I'm like round one energy again. Let's go.
I'm glad I brought that.
Yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, so you're in Vegas.
Yes,
you're around I'm sure a lot of family, trust, respects. What's it like being a Charger fan out in Vegas?
Sometimes I always get the, oh, you got the no rings kind of thing, running into the Raider fans. But we got Las Vegas is a melting pot, kind of like it's a little mini LA as it's turning into. So there's fans of other teams here. And, I actually see a lot of Cowboy fans, and which I think are the Raiders of the NFC. They're
meant for each other.
They talk about all their, oh, we're going to do it. We have so many rings. Yeah, you guys were dominant in the 80s and 90s, but look at you now.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I think the Cowboys are still, a little better off than the Raiders are. But, it's always fun to hate on the Raiders, too.
It's like a pastime for us. It's just really one of the things I really enjoy. It's a hobby to just not like the Raiders. It's just something that's in me now.
Yes. I even even before, and I always kind of, when the Chargers were leaving, kind of hoping maybe they could come out here. They could probably pull it off. There is quite a bit of Charger fans in Vegas, and we just, got to get a hold of them so we can somehow unite. And, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And, we're trying to build, because I'm in Diehard Bolt Club, and we're trying to build up our chapter too. We just had 5 people join in. We're trying to do it little by little, but there are a lot of us out here. Nobody realizes it. They could have made it. I think they could have made it out here.
That's awesome. And there's so many new Diehard Bolt Club chapters opening up all over the country, and they're all over the world. So it's a really cool organization. I wish you nothing but luck building your crew out there.
Yeah, I'm wearing my shirt right now.
Looking good, looking sharp. Well, Christine, thank you so much for your time. It was awesome meeting the legend. We'll always remember that. So it was a pleasure meeting you, Christine, and we should definitely head it up at a game and throw them back.
Yes, I am a season ticket holder, and I try to go to most of the games. So hopefully I can see you down there.
Let's do it.
Or I'm down in Thunder Alley always.
Oh yeah. Got to go there. It's essential. Thank you so much, Christine. We really appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you so much.
Say it with me, folks. Family, trust, respect. That was awesome, Christine. Yeah. That really was just you see people go up to the podium, and some people, they just go up, they read the name. Some people don't even have fans go up. It's just, who was that lady? She was executive of something of NFL, operations or something like that. And it's that's not fun.
Someone didn't show up.
Yeah, someone didn't show up. Somebody didn't
send the lady out.
Send the lady out. Get her back out there. But you came out and you brought an energy, and it was a perfect energy for a draft in Vegas. To remind everybody, family, trust, respect. That really will be memorable.
Just in case someone listening doesn't know what family, trust, respect is, what is it, Kevin?
Oh, I'd be happy to let you know. It is f*** the Raiders.
There you go. That's right. So if you're in a family-friendly setting and you don't want to say "fuck the Raiders,"
family, trust, respect. Yep, same thing. Works
and
the
those
same.
that know, they'll know.
They know.
Oh, they'll know.
Oh, they will.
All right. Well, Christine, again, thank you for coming on and chatting with Kevin. I can't believe that was more intense than actually going up on stage in front of thousands of people on TV where everybody could hear you.
Yeah.
But we appreciate it. And great to get that. She's our first Diehard Bolt Club interview after joining the Diehard Bolt Club. So
gets the stamp of approval.
There you go. So if there's ever a Charger Chat trivia, we'll all know.
who was the first.
All right, gang. Well, now it's time to go on to the next segment. It is Ask Boltfam. Let's go now.
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys.
Don't jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do.
I wet myself in excitement.
Bosa hungry.
Your thoughts are totally appreciated.
Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
That's right, folks. It's time for Ask Boltfam, and we started off with Tom Tease Burner, who asked the question. I forgot my question, man. I mean, I love you guys, okay? Go Isaiah Spiller. Fuck the Raiders. Okay, love you. Bye.
All right.
All right.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, thank
All
you, Tom T's burner.
All right.
All right.
Just try to get a question in there next time, man. I mean,
no
gotta,
pressure, man.
No
like if
pressure.
you don't have one, it's okay.
You do you, man.
I like the little Isaiah Spiller throw, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a nod, excitement to the draft. So that's cool. Let's go, Isaiah.
I like seeing the excitement around this guy who I think, initially not everybody was really on board with it, or at least didn't see the hype around it. But I think as time goes on, as it normally does, and we don't have our knee-jerk reactions of like, what the it's like, oh, okay, no, I think this might work out. All right, yeah. Go Isaiah Spiller. So Tom T's burner, thank you for asking no question. Let's move it on now to Kermit the Glizzy Gulper.
Hey.
Who asked the question. What's up, motherfuckers? Was at work day dreaming about Jay Herbo and thought of a question. Isn't it crazy to you guys that the reason we got to see/keep Justin is because our doctor stabbed Tyrod? No hate towards them. I just think it's wild and may have been destiny. Where do you guys think we'd be if it had not happened and Justin never had his rookie season? K, love you, bye. Sharon. I'm on the Charger chat.
This is a wild question. This is another one of those DeLoreans. Let's hop back in and see the alternate timeline universe where Justin doesn't come out and just be a
Tyrod
monster.
has a great season.
Right. What if
Tyrod
that
came out week one. They got a dub in week one, didn't play great, but they got a victory.
Right.
What if he goes and takes them to a 500 or 9 back then it was 16 game season. So what if he takes him to a 9-7 season and it's like, yeah, you just don't know. And then maybe we're not at the place where we're going all in right now this offseason already because, it's like you're not going to go pick up, trade for Khalil and pick up JC Jackson and do some of these moves if you don't have a 2-year guy that you're really, really already fully committed to.
If they went 9-7, Anthony Lynn would still be this coach.
Right.
We wouldn't have Brandon Staley. So like the series of events was so meant to be to land Justin to become a staple this quickly, and then to usher in the Staley era. They were just all needed to happen at this exact way, and it all started with a minor assault.
It really did. Well, it was just an errant shot, and and absolutely no hate towards Tyrod, but man, if it didn't go down that way, where would we be? I mean, there's just no way to say how the future would have gone. But obviously, like the records wouldn't be as broken as they were right now.
No.
The endorsements and even just the hiring of Staley would have been huge. So, all excellent points, Kermit the Glizzy Gulper. Thank you for asking the question.
Such a good name.
All right, well now let's move it on to Michael Perez, who asked the question. I love the Charger Chat podcast so much that I can't get enough of it. I love being on Fan Focus with Kevin several months ago. It was such a blast and a highlight my year. So to pass the time in between episodes, I found an inventive way of reliving Tuesday's show. If you haven't tried this yet, I go back and I play the Ask Boltfam segment. I play the question at full speed, and then I play the response at half speed, so you guys sound like you're drunk off your ass. It's hilarious, and I bust a gut every time I listen. I'll say, that being said, my question is, can you remember when was the last time you guys got shit-faced drunk during or after a Charger game? Again, I say I love you guys, and I hope to bump into you guys this season at SoFi. I say, fuck the Raiders. K, love you, bye. Michael in Riverside.
Michael. What a fun concept. You play us back in slow motion and we sound hammered.
I never thought of changing the speed of listening.
That's going to sound real weird. Slow it down.
All right. Well, let's focus on the question, but that is funny. That is a creative way to re-listen. can you remember when was the last time you guys got shit-faced drunk during or after a Charger game?
It was after that Cowboy game back at your house. We went back to the house and podcasted, and then just the wheels came off.
The wheels did kind of come off a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. That was a wild evening.
Bulldog also started the day with a shotgun. At like 9 a.m.
That was a long day of drinking.
Lots of drinks at Thunder Alley, and that was the most painful game of my life. My head was just like, like something was trying to crawl out of it, but we made it through pretty safely. So let's do it again next year, huh? Next season, let's make it happen.
Run it back.
Run it back. All right, Michael Perez, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Gavin Gibson, who asked the question.
What was your favorite part about the schedule release video? Hoo-ha! I love all the tweets that other fans and players from different teams were giving us. Just shows how amazing our social media team is. Bolt up. Can't love you, bye. Hoo-ha!
Good one. All right, I'm going to go back and look through these.
Mine is still the Urban Meyer at the bar.
Yeah.
There's just nothing better than him with the Jaguar head on. And then in the screen behind it, it's Phillip Rivers with that 90-yard touchdown.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on the TV behind it. That's him.
So many little gems in this thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Urban Meyer is such a good shot. Like,
it's so funny.
It's like, who are you going to offend?
Because, like their fans aren't upset about it.
Fans, yeah.
The only one you're offending is Urban Meyer, and
exactly.
who cares?
Yeah.
I'm so glad we did not pick him as our head coach.
I know.
Oh, my God.
I mean, talk about like the whole Tyrod Taylor thing. I mean, what if we got a different coach outside of Brandon Staley? Like,
he's just kicking people.
Yeah. Everything is just coming together.
That's like officially going to like a lawsuit. I think
Lambeau
is
sued him.
doing it. Yeah. So yikes.
Big deal. It's a big deal. So yeah, it's hard to top the Jaguars, man. I mean, obviously family, trust, respect on the Raiders, all that stuff.
I love that. I love how they did the first one of them like on a ship and they look like pirates. And the second one, they're like a ship in a bottle and a trash can.
In a dumpster. Yeah.
That's so good. Like that was a setup and payoff if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. All the shots fired were great shots. Like there's nobody that's going like, hey guys, maybe you went a bit too far.
Too far.
No, everybody was like, that's great. That's genius. That's perfect. So
yeah.
All right. Well, there you go, Gavin Gibson. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Leo, who asked the question. Well, that schedule release was epic as usual. This was a big W once again for Chargers social media. How many Easter eggs did you guys find in the release? And now knowing the schedule, what do you guys think will be the pivotal game outside of division games this season? As usual, FTR, Mascara Car will be a crybaby again. Kill love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
All right. Well, we've kind of talked about the Easter eggs, but as far as like pivotal, and that Atlanta, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling through these again. That Atlanta 28% off 3 waffles or more. Oh man.
That's
that's
good.
a kick in the junk.
That's tough. Yeah.
I do like the week 11 with the Andy Reid with like the really tiny little chief hat on his head and the cheeseburger.
You know, I didn't realize how small that
it is so tiny.
That is pretty damn funny.
Some good stuff right there.
But pivotal games outside of division games.
That 49er game feels like a big one right there, smack dab in the middle.
Sure.
Going on the road, obviously, that's not an AFC opponent, so I guess it's not as big and crucial. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we have a pretty favorable schedule at the beginning of the year with the Jaguars and the Texans and
the Browns.
Well, the Browns, who knows? That's a wild
mark,
card of a game with Deshaun Watson and the reload that they've had over there. But yeah, I don't know. I'd hate to say a pivotal game is at the end. But that Colts Rams final, like Broncos to end the season.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. What's a not pivotal game? It comes down to one game usually.
I think there's a big one. It's not easy because the team's not very good, but I think it's pivotal in how our schedule shakes out in the beginning, where we have the Raiders, then we have Thursday night football, And then we have right after that, you have to get back on the horse and go play, the Jaguars. You're playing basically a team that is not quite at the level of what those first two teams are. So if they're not going to play, we're going to find out pretty quick if they're going
feels
to
like a trap game.
if they're going to play to their opponent. That feels to me, if they can go in there and smash the Jaguars, this is going to feel like a different Charger team, and hopefully come out of that 3-0 to start like that. That's just one of those games where it's just like there's a pretty big drop off in talent from those first two teams to where this is. And if we can stay consistent and keep our foot on the gas, I think that's going to be a pivotal game.
Yeah, I can get behind that for sure. All right. Well, there you go, Leo. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Super Bolt's champs, who asked the question.
What's up, guys? Maybe kind of early, but what would be a surprise cut for the Chargers during roster trimming, and what player you see making a big improvement for the upcoming season? As always, stay bolted. K, love you, bye.
All right. Surprise cuts. Yeah, it's kind of tough to jump the gun this early. And I mean, if it's a surprise, like there's nobody on the team right now that's like, oh man, if we cut him, we'll save like 20 million in cap space or something like that.
The trimming for money, that's gone. That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a running back room. I think whatever it's going to be, just, I don't know if it's going to be shocking, but that's where I think that the cut's going to come of a guy that we've had on the team for a couple of seasons.
Sure.
That's not going to be there anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably my guess is probably Kelly. I think that's kind of where it's going to land,
Yeah, it could be Kelly.
That's my guess. That's just my guess.
It could be.
And he was a draft pick only 3 years ago. So
right.
Yeah, that would be kind of shocking actually, because he was I think he was a 4th round pick. Wasn't that late. It was a fairly early. It was kind of where Spiller was picked. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. There's no area that's like bloated. I mean, there's quite a few defensive backs and safeties, but we know that Brandon Staley loves those guys. I don't think they're going to see any surprise cuts there.
Maybe like a Tavon Campbell, because he's played a lot in the recent years. Yeah. But they have reloaded so hard in that secondary, and he was kind of a utility player for us. So maybe a Tavon Campbell. But again, it's not like, holy cow, shocking news.
Right. Yeah, you'd be like, that makes sense. And same thing with like the defensive line. I think there's a few guys up there that we love, but might not, fit on that roster.
Yeah. I think the roster, the way it shook out, that there wasn't big cuts. It was just the guys we didn't bring back.
Right.
The guys whose contracts ended this year and we decided not to bring back. Like the Justin Joneses and the Ode Abushis and the Linvalls. That's where those like whole shocking decisions were made. And we obviously reloaded quite a bit, but I don't think there's going to be any big time shocking cuts that are coming.
All right. Well, there you go, Super Bolt's champs. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to House of Hain, who asked the question. Well, I say I'm back. I say, I know you will talk about the anime intro. It's the fucking best ever. I say, my question is, I say, are you guys loving the shit show that is the Raiders? Oh boy, it makes my day. I can't wait for the season to start. Can't love you. Bye. Fuck the Raiders as always.
Yeah, more drama coming from the Raider front.
Well, yeah, it started with the surprise firing of like the president of their organization.
Yeah.
And it was like, nobody knew the reason why. It just kind of came out of left field that, the Raiders tweeted like he's not part of the organization anymore. And now he's kind of telling more of the story as like, yeah, it was kind of a retaliation firing. Based on some of the shit that's going on behind the scenes at the Raiders. I mean, there was, the biggest like head scratcher was like the unpaid electrical bills and lights were getting shut off and stuff like that. So
they're saying like their accounting is like so old school. It's all like file cabinets and shit. They don't even use computers. It's just like the whole idea is just so silly to me. And there's some I think some legitimately crappy allegations that, there's some stuff coming from the higher ups that are making it a not safe workplace. So I'm not surprised. Are you surprised?
No, I mean,
that's the culture. It's an unsafe workspace to go to a game with Raider fans. It's an unsafe workspace to work for the Raiders. It just is what it is.
Yeah. Well, good luck, Devontae Adams. But House of
It's just
Haynes.
like, okay, I have a question. You know how like there's new Charger fans constantly. I feel like we're getting people that are coming on board because of Justin Herbert, because of the coaching staff, because we're in LA, whatever it may be. Is anyone becoming a Raider fan? Like, is that a thing at all? What would the draw be?
I bet you the only draw is family. I bet you it's just like, well, my dad's a Raider fan, so I guess I am too.
That's got to be the only thing.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's the only thing.
You could say Devontae Adams, but not really. I don't think you're like running to the Raiders because of Devontae Adams.
Not even in Devontae Adams' family. They're
no,
just like
we're gonna stay Packer fans.
We'll be Packer
just
fans,
shirts of his face, no like team logos or anything. It's just Devontae's face on their shirts and
just
swag.
A jersey swap with no team on it.
It's just the blandest jersey they could find.
Yeah.
I can't. I think that's a great point, Kyle. There's nobody that's going like, if I had to pick a team, I could go with, the good guys, or I could go with the assholes. I'm gonna go with the assholes. Yeah, exactly. So great point, House of Hayne. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Bollywood Herbert, who asked the question. Have you seen this picture of Herbert? Which player will have Carr's mascara running down his face further in anticipation for week 1? Mac or Herbert? All right. Well, first of all, this is the picture, and yeah, Justin looking pretty thick right now.
Dude, he looks jacked out of his mind. Holy crap.
Is that like a filter or the angle of the shot? What is this?
I don't know, but he's looking great.
Dude, he looks so jacked right now. Like his shoulders are huge.
He's been hanging out with Jamal Davis a little bit too much this offseason.
Yeah.
They signed the freak from Canada, and he's got a new protein, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's looking very jacked.
Gabe Neighbors is doubling down on the protein. He's like, shoot,
I think he's like,
I'm going to get cut. I got to get this guy just turned into a freak.
Full-time protein fairy.
He's looking to possibly become a nutritionist for him if he doesn't make the Charger roster.
Yeah.
Because he's looking so jacked. And you just forget that he's like 6'6.5".
Yeah.
Like I'm sure this guy he's with is like 6 foot tall. He just looks like he's like 5'8".
He just looks like a child.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I love it. All right. And as far as the question, which player will have Carr's mascara running down his face further in anticipation for week 1? Khalil Mack or Justin Herbert?
I think he starts crying in the week leading up to the game. He's just going to watch film and he's just going to start crying. So it'll kind of depend on, what.
Well, and there's a fear of not knowing what to expect.
Oh, so much
that's
trouble.
True. Yeah.
There's just so many different pieces on the Chargers defense, and another year of us getting comfortable. Where's Derwin James even going to line up? How does he throw to Devontae if JC's just locking him down?
Yeah.
There's a lot of fear. A lot of fear.
Remember I was saying, like, I'm really excited to find out who their first opponent is, just because you are not going to know what this team is going to be. And they're going to hit you in the mouth.
They're going to hit you in the mouth at home.
At SoFi.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, the 5 yards before he makes contact, he's going to curl up in like a little ball again.
Yeah.
We'll have a couple of curl up moments for sure.
What's the over-under on his curl ups?
On his fetal positions?
Yeah. How many
I'd say
times?
5.
Ooh, 5.
I'll take the over.
Yeah, I'll take the over on that easily.
I think he's getting sacked 5 times this first game. We're going to get 5 sacks to start this thing.
That would be insane.
That would be awesome.
2.5 to both guys.
I love it. All right. Well, there you go, Bollywood Herbert. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Mario Vences, who asked the question.
First of all, fuck the Raiders. So glad we got the revenge game week 1. Will Rivers retire that day as a Charger? I mean, which games are you guys most excited to see, and which do you plan to attend? Shout out to the Chargers social media team on the amazing anime vid. FTR, can't love you, bye.
Yeah, the Raiders game first off. But if you think about it, man, we're in Raiders week right now. We're in Raiders month. We're in Raiders quarter year right now. Like we are.
So you're just skipping over preseason.
I was going to say.
I don't count those. We're in Raider week right now.
I don't count those.
I don't count them.
Dead nothing.
They don't.
They might as well not happen. I refuse to watch them.
We're in Raider quarter year right now.
Okay. Raider prep.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen people make mention that September 11th, which is the day that game will happen, was Phillip Rivers' first game was on a September 11th. So it would just be that like that beautiful harmony of like, oh yes, let's put the Rivers retire the number, have it be a big celebration for that day for
that
week
would
one
be cool
against a division rival like the Raiders. It would be a beautiful thing to see. Yeah, I think, man, if we can just get Phil to admit that he's done.
Yeah, he's not ready.
I don't know if he'll admit it, but if we can make that happen, then yeah, I think that would be
You guys see Tom Brady's $375 million contract to go talk about football?
Yeah.
What is he still doing on the field, dude? Just go.
What I would that much money is more than he made playing the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now he's just going to talk about it. Pay Phillip Rivers a quarter of that because Phil would be fun to listen to.
It'll be entertaining.
It would be just hearing his dadgums and gollies and like you can imagine him as he's a coach.
Yeah.
He was a player for however long, a gajillion years.
Right.
He's got the best like attitude and personality. But Tom Brady is a dud. I'm not going to listen to that guy talk about football. I couldn't care less.
No.
Yeah.
So that just blows my mind. Make Phillip Rivers that guy.
Yeah. Please and thank you. Retires.
Maybe he might not want to, but
I mean, yeah, that might be not his bag. I don't know, man. I always go back to that post game. I don't remember the game, but he was like, it was cold. He had a big jacket on. He was joining the other guys at the table, and man, he was hyped up. And bring that kind of energy to every single Sunday game or prime time game
tie.
with the bolo freaking tie. Come on.
Amen.
The money
just
makes
retire,
itself.
Phil. Come on.
Yeah. And as far as the most excited game to see,
week one.
It's hard.
Yeah,
week one. Yeah.
I'm excited. All the division, the AFC West games are just, they're so stressful because they're going to be so important and they're going to be so competitive.
They're going to be competitive.
Well, they're always competitive. Even if the team's with Drew Lock, it's still competitive.
But even more now. It's gone to like a next level.
Yeah. So,
and then games we're trying to go to. We haven't sat down to figure out our schedule yet, but we do have season tickets. So we're going to do our best.
Be at a bunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do it. We'll let you know.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll let everybody know. But Mario, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Chris M., who asked the question.
Given that the Chargers will be so far ahead by halftime in every game that they will be running the ball on almost every play in the second half, do you guys think Justin Herbert's passing yard stat will decline significantly this year? Love you, bye.
I think this is an interesting observation that, like, if the Chargers come out and are as powerful as we all hope and wish for them to be in the first half, and the second half is just running down the clock, is Justin Herbert's stats going to take a hit?
I think there might be a correlation between him not having the same year he did last year, but us winning more games.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a correlation there. Like, I'd love to see him throw 5,000 yards, but if he hits the 40-something mark, but we're winning all of our games because we're fourth quarter running the football, or we're just more effective at running the football in general.
Right. That too. Yeah.
I want him to have the best numbers of any quarterback in the league, but I also want to win a Super Bowl. So it's an interesting point.
It would be a nice problem to have.
Right. Yeah.
I'm excited about our roster, and I think it's the best roster we've had in a really, really long time.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be blowing teams out by 30 every week. You know, like
maybe
even if it's
every other week.
Yeah. Once a month.
Guys are insane. You're setting the bar so astronomically in outer space right now.
We're shamelessly positive. I can't help it.
Get ready for takeoff, baby. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Buckle your seatbelt, motherfucker. I think that's a good point, Kev. As far as like if the running back room can step up and we are effective at running the ball, then yeah, there could be at least that kind of decline. I feel like there was a lot of instances where Justin Herbert had to throw the ball because we just couldn't get the run game going, and that kind of might have boosted his stats a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're Charger fans. We're not Justin Herbert fans. Right? So as long as we're winning football games.
That's what I was going to ask.
No.
Get so frustrated.
You guys are just so stupid sometimes. God.
Can't we be both?
You're like, we're going to be at my 50 points every game. And my point is, we want to win football games, regardless of if it's Herbert throwing for 400 yards a game or running the ball. So it's I can't even talk anymore. It's just stupid. Go ahead, somebody else. Finish up this review.
Kyle put it best. It's a good problem to have. So Chris M, thank you for asking the question.
I love your positivity, brother.
Love it. Let's move on now to Live for the Day for, who asked the question. Is Herbert dating Taylor Biscotti? And if the answer is yes, we need to make sure he keeps his mind on this season and not her ass.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Keep your eyes on the prize, Justin. Jesus.
I gotta look at who this is.
I feel like there's been, I know, right? Like, okay, folks.
Oh yeah,
we follow football.
A super hot blonde NFL commentator. Okay, yeah.
I
could see it.
I absolutely could see it. I think Justin has been very good at keeping work and personal life separated. It never the two shall meet. And
we're acting like he's like a 17-year-old boy in high school.
I know, right?
It's like, we got state championship this season. We should get it. We got to stay focused.
Right.
You know,
Hey,
it's like
maintain that energy, guy.
He's a grown man.
Yeah.
Most people in the NFL have wives and families that could be a distraction.
Exactly. So
I think he must have taken a vow of celibacy because he's just getting better every year, and you know what happens if you know what I'm saying.
Do you think that
you're focused?
Justin Herbert? You think Justin Herbert has like a chastity belt on?
I think Phil reached out to him and be like, "Hey, dude, I did it wrong. I didn't focus. I had too many kids and I couldn't focus on football. Keep it in your pants."
Never won a Super Bowl because I had too many kids.
I had too many kids. I was about to go somewhere. I can't go there. That's too much.
It's all right. Yeah.
He's like the football monk of the NFL.
Oh,
football.
Yeah. So, he's allowed to, but I'm sure he's got his eyes on
maybe
the prize.
It'll help. Who knows?
And maybe it'll help. Did you ever think about that?
I will say if it's not broke, don't fix it. So
exactly. Whatever he's
alone
doing
forever if you're alone at the moment.
Yeah.
You got Gabe Neighbors. You're
screw
fine.
You and your happiness and personal life. We want football dubs.
Dubs.
Justin,
we've
so
earned
selfish.
It.
Yeah.
Stay in the weight room. You look great.
Yes. All right. Live for the day for. Thank you for asking the question. Moving on now to Michael Haas, who asked the question.
Shiver me timbers, men of the Charger chat. Just wondering why everyone is saying Pipkins will probably be the guy to fill our need at right tackle this season if we don't pick up a free agent to take the job. If that's true, then why did Norton start for us most of last season? Yet, based on what they are saying about Pipkins moving forward towards next season, you would think Pipkins would have started for us last season if he was better than Norton was. If there's something going on that we need to know that we don't know, is there? Anyways, I'll get back to my pillaging and let you all explain why that didn't happen last season with Norton starting and stinking like he did. Love you, bye.
It's the hype.
There was one tweet that came out that said he was working with Duke. Is it Merriweather? Manyweather, and he was looking great, like a blow up, like huge season.
Improvement. Yeah.
I saw one good game from Pipkins. That is not enough for me. I have seen way too many bad games from Pipkins compared to Storm Norton. Storm Norton hasn't played like a top right tackle in the league, but he still had more consistent games than Pipkins has had. So at this point, I think it's very easy to say Storm Norton's still the right tackle.
I think until Storm loses the job, he's the guy.
Exactly.
I mean, he had a bad game against Oakland, and that's all that.
It's the last one we watched.
Can just remember. Yeah, that's just on our mind right now.
Right.
But he did not play garbage the entire season. If he did, he wouldn't have been there the whole time.
Absolutely.
So I think the fact that we didn't address it, coach is very confident in what we have there. So I think it'll be Storm to start the year, but then obviously if he's not playing well, toss Pipkins in and see if this offensive line guru really did his thing.
Right. Yeah. Even last year during the preseason, Pipkins was showing some not good tendencies as far as some of the playmaking, and that was a preseason game. So
we all hated Pipkins for so much. He has one game, and now we're like, he's a Pro Bowler. Get him in there right now.
I'm not into that at all. I've watched so many games where he was so bad, like just so bad, like getting free shots on the quarterback. Like it was not. I could not put those two in the same level. Storm Norton and Trey Pipkins. Pipkins got to play a lot of a season and be very good. And I don't think he's going to get that opportunity because Storm did good last year. He had a bad last game. And like you said, Kyle, that's what everyone remembers.
Right. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's all hype, it's all from that one tweet, but it comes from a reputable guy. I mean, that's the guy that worked with Rashawn Slater, and we saw what good Rashawn Slater did last season. So we'll wait. We'll curb and we'll cheer for any guy that's got the Charger bolt on there. If they're out on the field, I'm cheering for them, and I want them to do their best. So if it happens to be Trey Pipkins, I'm rooting for him. So Michael Haas, thank you for asking the question, and we go out of Ask Boltfam with Gruder McBolt.
Yes.
Who asked the question?
If you had one physical attribute from a football player, what would it be? Speed, strength, agility, or endurance? And why does 7-Eleven have locks on their doors if they're open 24/7, 365? Just a friendly PSA. Don't go watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on shrooms. From experience, Okay, love you, boy.
All right, so if you had to pick one attribute, speed, strength, agility, or endurance, what would you pick?
Just for me to live my normal life with one of these things?
If you had to pick a superpower, if you
strength.
had to
strength, I'd say strength too. Yeah, 100% strength.
Yeah,
so then I can defend my family better too, and that's what really all I really need to do.
Yeah, I don't need to be fast or have a lot of endurance or agile. Just give me some strength. I'll stand in one spot and duke it out.
It'll be good for week 1 at SoFi against the Raiders.
All right, yeah, it's hard to argue against strength. I think that's the move. Why does 7-Eleven have locks on their doors if they're open 24/7, 365?
That's a good question. I don't go to 7-Eleven that often, but
I thought 7-Eleven was open from 7 to 11. My dad calls it 7 to 11. That's fact.
We'll have to look into
did not know they were open 24/7.
Is 7-Eleven open 24 hours?
I mean, I'm sure Gruder's been there after hours. I didn't know that. But if it is, maybe the locks
it's open 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave, for teaching us it's been open 7 to 11 for years and years. Missed out on some late night
leading
snacks.
up to this one moment on the podcast.
Yeah. Maybe back in the day, it used to be 7 to 11.
It might have
that's
been.
why they have locks.
It might have been.
Just think of all the snacks we could have had.
At
or
midnight.
When the guy has to go, he has to take care of business in the bathroom. He's got to lock up. So
Sure, you can't just leave the store open.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. There's multiple reasons, Gruder. Just got to think about it and stop taking shrooms when you're going to the movie theater.
Yeah. That sounds so dangerous.
All right. Well, thank you, Gruder McBolt. And thank you, everybody, for asking questions and Ask Boltfam. We really appreciate it. That's going to do it for this episode. Any final thoughts or Bolt predictions, gentlemen?
Super pumped to be a Diehard Bolt Club member.
Yes.
Let's go. Cool. Game on, baby.
Love it. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, a word from our sponsors. Hey, you! How'd you like that Chargers schedule release video? Pretty awesome, right? Do you find yourself now interested in anime but don't know where to start? Need someone to break it down for you? Then come to Joey Bosa's House of Anime. Our friendly staff is here to help find the right anime for you. Sign up today and we'll get you set up with an anime tailored to your preferences. Joey Bosa's House of Anime. If we don't praise the sun, you get a free tea bag of your choice.